Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Mr. Blanchard. Mr. Carney's conflicts involving Brookfield are vast by any objective standard. That is why the Ethics Commissioner saw fit to impose special compliance measures, including the ethics screen that you, along with Mr. Sabia, administer, which includes, of course, 103 companies, most of which are Brookfield related. Mr. Sabia, in his testimony yesterday before this committee, referenced that the Ethics Commissioner personally told Mr. Carney that he should not be meeting with Brookfield. Yet on August 11th, only 1 month after the ethics screen was put in place, Mr. Carney was speaking with and taking photos with Sam Pollock, who is none other than the CEO of Brookfield Infrastructure, and who also just happened to serve on the board of Brookfield Asset Management when Mr. Carney was chair. So here we have the Ethics Commissioner telling Mr. Carney not to meet with Brookfield, and 1 month later, Mr. Carney is doing precisely that. How do you explain that, Mr. Blanchard?
Le Premier ministre du Canada est bien au courant de ses
The Prime Minister of Canada is well aware of his ethical requirements, and he follows them, each and every one of them. What was done by the Prime Minister, and after talks with the Ethics Commissioner, we implemented these rigorous measures to ensure that there are no conflicts of interest.
The Prime Minister was told specifically not to meet with Brookfield, and there he is meeting with Brookfield. Back up before that to April 30th, just 2 days after the federal election. According to the Lobbyist Registry monthly communication report, Mr. Carney was directly lobbied by North River Midstream Incorporated. Now, the Lobbyist Registry indicates that North River Midstream Incorporated, the parent company, is none other than Brookfield. So again, we have the Prime Minister directly meeting, being directly lobbied, this time on energy policy, by Brookfield. Again, not following the spirit of the ethics screen.
Il y avait des mesures éthiques qui étaient mises en place.
There were ethical measures that had been implemented at that time. Between the moment where the Prime Minister became Prime Minister in March up until the conclusion of the measures that have been in place since July 10th. What I'm saying is, I believe that the Prime Minister met his ethical obligations during the period of time that you referenced. And since July 10th, the companies identified... Can you let me finish my answer, please?
I'm taking my
Mr.
time
Cooper,
back.
go ahead.
Then, on September 27th, while in London, England, Mr. Carney attended an intimate working breakfast with Canada's High Commissioner to the UK, Ralph Goodale, and 8 international investors. 4 of the 8 investors present were from companies that have major connections to none other than Brookfield. Just another coincidence? It seems to me to be part of a pattern. Brookfield, Brookfield, Brookfield.
Dans ce contexte-là, en fait, je pense...
I believe that Canadians are quite pleased that the Prime Minister can meet with some of the greatest investors in the world. These are not businesses that are linked with Brookfield. These are independent investors. They are among the most significant companies, and we are seeking to reach investors in Canada.
You had equal time, Mr. Blanchard.
Point of order, Chair.
Mr. Cooper.
Point of order.
What's your point of order, Mr.
The point of order is that as MPs, we need to allow the witness to answer the question. The member has asked a similar question multiple times, and it's not allowed the witness to answer.
The witness had ample time to answer the question. I didn't stop your clock. I'm going to add another 25 seconds to your time. I gave Mr. Blanchard ample time to answer the question. Mr. Cooper, it's your time. You have 45 seconds.
Well, you know, we've heard various excuses, various explanations offered. Technically, the screen might not have applied in these cases. Technically, there might not have been a direct conflict of interest. There's always some sort of explanation. But wouldn't it be better if the Prime Minister simply heeded the advice of the Ethics Commissioner and stayed the hell away from Brookfield? Wouldn't that be better?
Alors, est-ce que je peux répondre, Monsieur le Président?
15 seconds.
Can I respond, Chair? I just wanted to tell you, for all of the meetings in London, the measures were implemented and there were no issues with those meetings because these are among the most significant investors in the world and they're not directly linked with Brookfield. Thank you.
Go ahead, sir.
Mr. Chair, Mr. Maloney and Mr. Blanchard can say all they want that the Prime Minister has satisfied the threshold and the standard set by the Ethics Commissioner, but I would refer to the testimony from yesterday when Mr. Sabia, the clerk of the Privy Council, was asked, will you say to Mr. Carney that he can no longer speak with Brookfield? Answer from Mr. Sabia: it wouldn't be necessary for me to do so. In discussing things with the Ethics Commissioner a few months ago, the Commissioner told him to do just that. In other words, don't talk to Brookfield. What did the Prime Minister do instead? He met with Sam Pollock, the CEO of Brookfield Infrastructure in Washington. He was lobbied by a company that is owned by Brookfield, and he had a private breakfast working meeting with 4 Brookfield investors in London, hardly following the guidance of the Ethics Commissioner. Now, I want to pick up on a line of questioning for Mr. Majumder about who is screening who. In that regard, do you screen Mr. Carney's texts?
Alors, je voudrais répondre à votre question, M. Cooper, sur...
I would like to respond to your question, Mr. Cooper, on meetings. For the meeting that you referenced,
Mais je pense que c'est important que je réponde à votre question.
But I think it's important that I answer your question.
A yes or no answer.
Je vous réponds.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Blanchard, to answer Mr. Cooper's question, please.
Ma réponse, c'est que la rencontre à laquelle M. Cooper fait référence...
For what Mr. Cooper is alluding to, a meeting between a company that belongs to Brookfield and Mr. Carney did not happen.
Mr. Carney's texts, yes or no?
Monsieur Carney, the Prime Minister has set for himself the highest level of ethics.
So I take the answer is no. Do you screen Mr. Carney's phone calls?
Vous répondrez que...
Yes or no?
Monsieur
yes or no?
Cooper,
Point of order, Chair. Point of order.
Mon rôle...
Hang on. Okay. Mr. Cooper, you're going to have to give Mr. Blanchard a chance to
These
answer.
are yes or no
and I would prefer, I would appreciate...
He's repeatedly obfuscated.
Monsieur...
Quite deliberately so.
Mr. Blanchard, please answer Mr. Cooper's questions.
Il y a un bureau qui entoure M. Carney. Et il y a
There's a whole office that works for Mr. Carney, and there are people who work with Mr. Carney, and they receive training in order... Can you let me respond?
So I'm going to ask you this. Who screens Mr. Carney's texts and phone calls?
Alors,
it's a simple question.
Mais vous savez, il y a des gens qui travaillent avec M. Carney dans son bureau exécutif qui ont reçu la formation pour s'assurer que les mesures éthiques soient appliquées.
Hang on a sec. So we don't have translation. So I've stopped the clock. We don't have translation. Do we have
Can you hear the interpreter now?
Translation is back. I'm going to get you to ask the question one more time. I'm going to get you to respond, Mr. Blanchard, and when Mr. Blanchard starts responding, I'm going to start the clock.
So you don't screen Mr. Carney's texts, you don't screen his phone calls. Who does?
I didn't say that.
Well, you wouldn't answer.
I did not say that.
You wouldn't answer yes or no questions. They were yes or no questions. So you refused to answer.
It's not a yes or no question. I'm sorry, Mr. Cooper.
Don't.
It's
so
not,
you do?
Mr. Cooper. Chair. It's not a yes or no question.
Cooper, hang on a sec, okay? Just let him answer the question, please, Mr. Cooper, and then we'll go back to you. Go ahead, Mr. Blanchard.
Pardon?
Okay, I got a point of order from Mr. Fergus. Go ahead.
I think the reason why the translation is going off is because there's talking over each other. So it'd be very important for the questioner to ask this question alone and for the speaker to answer the question alone.
I made that point earlier, and I asked that it be respected for the sake of the interpreters, that when you ask a question, make sure that there's a clear answer that's given, and then you can go back to the question. Please don't talk over each other. Mr. Blanchard, à la question, s'il vous plaît.
Ce que je veux, la réponse est plus...
The answer goes beyond a yes or a no. There are people around Mr. Carney who field calls for him. Those people receive the training, and that's one of the measures to ensure that he respects his obligations.
Vague answer to a very straightforward question, and that is who screens Mr. Carney's meetings, phone calls and texts?
For the meetings...
I misspoke. Phone calls and texts.
Alors, je vous ai informé que...
I said that there's a team of executive assistants that have received training, and they can ensure that we meet the ethical requirements that the Prime Minister is committed to.
No one screens his texts or phone calls, and therefore I would submit there's absolutely no assurance that Mr. Carney isn't in touch with folks from Brookfield, of which he has vast conflicts of interest, and others. You simply haven't provided any indication that anyone screens anything as far as his texts and phone calls go. I want to ask you, Mr. Chair.
10 seconds. 10 seconds.
Well, okay, I'm out of time.
Okay.